Hello everyone, long time no seen, it's Just Stone here, back again with another belt review, and today I've got a very special one, or at least it feels special to me, without hiding it any further, because the title and that gives away everything. We are going to be reviewing a replica of the TNA Heavyweight Championship belt. So anyway, without any further ado, let's take a look at this TNA Heavyweight Championship replica belt. Okay, so to begin with, I'll give you a very quick overview of the bag. It's very much like the WWE, WWF replica belts from back in the day, the bag like that. Same sort of material, and you have got the TNA logo printed on the front here, as you can see there. And all it is on the back, you just get the standard zip that sort of goes partly across some of the belt, not from end to end like some of the new WWE replica belt bags. So it's a nice bag for TNA. You know, it's the first time I've ever seen one of their replica belts, and it's very well, nicely presented. And yeah, I was just impressed that they'd have the same sort of bag. I thought they might have had something different, or maybe something a bit new, but it's nice to see the old classic trusted material for the belt bag. So for me, this is quite a sort of special and different kind of belt. Firstly, it's the first TNA belt I've ever seen. I think the detail in it is very good, which we will go over. It's very heavy. It packs a hell of a punch in terms of weight. The jewel plating on it is very interesting as well. And I think it's a very nicely made belt. And we're going to obviously be looking more into that as this review goes on. Right, so first things first, a few details about the belt itself. It's made by Wildcat Championship Belts. I might be mistaken, I'm sure they make WWE belts as well, but this is the first one I've seen that has the Wildcat Championship Belt patch on it, along with the TNA trademark wording and all that sort of stuff. This belt sports 35 of these simulated diamonds all across the belt. And I've also tried to weigh this belt, and it comes in at approximately between 4 to 5 kilograms. So that's very heavy for a replica. And I think that's mainly due to the sort of jewel plating you get on this replica, which we are going to look into further a little later on. Right, so let's go over the dimensions of this belt. So firstly, the full length of the belt, so that's from one end to the other, is approximately 138.5 centimeters. The height of the main plate, so that's from the top of the gold plating down to the bottom, that comes in at about 27 centimeters. The width of the main plate, so once again, that's one gold end to the other, that comes in at approximately 30 centimeters, so that's a bit wider than it is higher. So on this belt, there's 3 side plates on each side. You've got one here, as you can see, and on the back side, you've got the TNA plate and another one of those plates there as well. So the 2 side plates that look quite similar, the height of it is 13.5 centimeters and the width of it is approximately 11 centimeters. Now that's approximate because there was a bit of a curve in it, so I couldn't get a proper definitive measurement, so approximately 11 centimeters wide. And then the TNA side plates, which I mentioned here, the height of that is 12 centimeters and the width of it is about 5 centimeters. On the belt as well, you got the snaps and everything like that, and this belt does come with a gold tip. Nothing fancy on that, it's just a plain gold tip, but a gold tip nonetheless. And also just to mention, the gold plate thickness is about 4 centimeters, so with the jewel plated silver plates, that comes to approximately 6 centimeters thick. Around the edge of the snap boxes, you have got some tooling, and then also going around the whole edge of the belt, you have got some sort of shell tooling, it looks like. Maybe I've got that tooling name wrong, but there is tooling around the whole strap of the belt itself. Right, so that's a bit of an overview of the belt. We're going to do it in the old classic style. I'm going to do some close-ups of the belt so you can see what it looks like in detail. So I'm going to lay this belt down, you can have a close look at it. All right, so here's the belt, nice and laid out. Looks very nice indeed. The color of it is rather gold, but it's not like, it seems like a bit of a watered down gold, if that makes any sense. So if you compare it to some of the original WWF or WWE replicas where the gold was like really rich, This isn't like that sort of gold, but it is gold. Maybe it doesn't show up that well on camera, but I can assure you it is gold indeed. So yeah, looking at this belt, what I like about this, as I said, you've got the 34 diamonds. I've actually noticed that one of them on the side is missing, so that's a bit of a shame. But looking at this belt, the reason I think it weighs so much is because it's got dual plating. So if you can see there, there is, so you've got the gold base plate here and then a silver plate on top, which is the TNA Wrestling and Heavyweight Champion logo. And that runs on all of the side plates as well. Right, so just going to zoom in and give you a closer look at everything. So you've got some nice detailing here along the top with the first set of diamonds and everything like that. So that detail is pretty well etched. It does pop, so it is 3D. It's not just sort of etched into it. And this sort of pattern goes across the whole of the main plate. Then you've got the nice, very detailed TNA Wrestling logo there. And then you have Heavyweight and Champion. Now, I used to watch TNA when this belt was first introduced. I think it was Sting that introduced it. And compared to what they had, I think they originally had that Jeff Hardy purple title. And this one was very good looking. I thought, like, in comparison to what WWE have, this is a very sort of like prestigious looking title in my opinion. So it's quite a good belt, I think. So moving on to side plates. As I said, you've got three side plates on each side. So I guess these two sort of would form a weird shaped globe. But these as well, have got detail all through it. And then the silver plate which pops. TNA logo, which I think, TNA side plate, which I think is very good. It's a nice little touch. So that pops as well. And here you got the other side plate. Same sort of thing. And to move over to the other side, so it's just the same side plates, just on the other side as well. So altogether, this belt has got 7 plates. So I want to look a bit more about the dual plating, as I mentioned. You can see that. So I think that's why this belt weighs so much. As I said earlier, it's about 4 to 5 kilograms. It's very heavy in comparison to other replica belts I've handled. But it works well. I think it's very, very nicely detailed. It's very well presented. It's a really good looking belt. Of course, you've got the simulated leather with this sort of, is that shell tooling? I don't really know, but it's got tooling all around the edge of the strap. That runs up to the snap box and then back. Just before the edge of the snap box, you have got this little bit of tooling here. Just focus on that. That's also at the bottom. And that is as well on the other side. So bottom and top. And then you have the snap boxes. So here are the female snaps. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 female snaps there. Or 12, I guess, altogether. The tooling in the snap box as well. And on the other side, you've actually got the same amount of male snaps. Normally there is one has more than the other, but there's actually, oh no, what am I talking about? There's only 5 here. Right, so there's more female snaps actually. My apologies. So there's 10 of these male snaps and there are 12 of the female snaps. And on the side here, you've just got an extra bit of the simulated leather. But on the other side, you've got the gold tip, which is just a plain gold tip. No fancy designs on it, just plain. So this replica was purchased from eBay, I believe, second-hand. This wasn't brand new when I got it, so it's been through the works a bit. I don't know how old exactly this belt is. Maybe the patch on the back will tell us. But you can see there's a bit of bit of wear and tear on the plates here. Oh, just focus that. But I think for its age, it's probably got to be, I'm just guessing, like I said, I can find out. There's the missing diamond, actually, like I mentioned. It's got to be almost like, you know, 8 to 10 years old, I'd say. When I was watching TNA, I think it was introduced around about 2010, something like that, 2011. Yeah, and if it was released soon after the belt, if this replica, sorry, was released soon after the belt was introduced, it's held up pretty good. It's a really good looking belt, in my opinion. I quite like it. Right, so let's flip this sucker over and see what the back has for us. Okay, so here we have the back of the belt. I've just laid the belt bag out on the table so that I don't scratch the belt or my dining table. So yeah, let's take a look at this patch here, see what this says. So this says TNA Wrestling official licensed replica belt. All logos, blah, blah, blah. So 2011 was when this belt was produced. So yeah, it's about 9 years old. So it's held up pretty well. And like I said earlier, here you got the Wildcat Championship Belts and their website right there. So yeah, 2011, 9 years old, approximately. Belt's done pretty good in my opinion. So on the back, you have just got black screws that hold the plates in place. They're just standard screws. Obviously you've got, so that's the first side plate, I would assume. TNA side plate and the second side plate here. And the main plate, you've got quite a few holding these in. Guess because of the, oh, there's a screw missing there as well. Only just noticed that. Anyway, just because of the sheer weight of this belt, I assume. One in the middle there. On the other side, you've got the other side plate screws and such. Female snaps. Gold tip. And then over here, you got the male snaps. So it's just the standard smooth backing. There is a bit of a pattern. There you go, you can see that. But it just feels quite smooth to the touch. Nothing fancy there, just a standard black strap. All right, so that's a look at the belt itself. We're going to do the standard things of where I put it around my waist and just hang it over the shoulder. So you can see the sort of flexibility of the strap and see how it looks on me, if you're interested in seeing that. Anyway, that's what we're going to do, so let's go over and do this now. All right, so here we have the belt. Like I said, it's pretty heavy, so putting it on might be a giggle. I might cut out putting the belt on, or I'll just speed it up just for comedic purposes, or you can have an idea how difficult it is to put this on. Right, so let's try putting this sucker on, shall we? As always, I'm gonna put this on backwards, and it's actually getting stuck in the back of my shorts. Right, so either I've lost weight or this belt is huge. If I'm putting it on snugly, it's on the last buckle or the last snap, let's say. So I'm hoping that I secure this properly. I don't want it to fall off. That'll be embarrassing and it could damage the belt. All right, twist this around. Whew. All right, so I think there we have it. I think that looks pretty good from what I can see. Yeah, very heavy. If you want to sort of put it into perspective, it's kind of stuck on my shorts. I am wearing shorts with a belt. Let me see if I can adjust that. Anyway, so my rib cage and diaphragm sort of starts here, so it's quite a large belt. Just thinking back, I think this is a rather lengthy belt, because I remember some of the wrestlers like Bobby Roode, when he held this belt, it was on like the very last one, you could see the back of the strap flopping about or whatever, and that might sound very funny, but don't think of it in a dirty way. But I'm just trying to get across that this is quite a large belt. So that's the belt on me. If I can, I just mentioned Bobby Roode, I'll give it the little Bobby Roode turn as before. And yeah, that's real snug on me. It's on the very last buckle, so keep that in mind. If you have a sort of similar body frame as me, you'll have to have it on the last buckle if you want to have it fit in snugly. If you want to add another snap, then it's going to be a bit looser, I would imagine. But it's quite a large belt, so if you are of a larger frame and you are looking for this belt, I think it's definitely going to be fine for you. Right, so to take this off, I would just want to be careful because it is heavy. I don't want to drop it. and then let's do the old over-the-shoulder test. So the lever on this is kind of breaking away a bit. Like I said, it's about 9 years old, so it's been through the works a little bit. Ooh, over the shoulder. So yeah, it's a heavy belt, heavier than any sort of WWE belt, but this strap, it does hang very well over the shoulder, so it's very close to my back, as you can see there. There is a bit of flexibility in that as well. And yeah, I think it's a very good, very well made belt. Kind of like how this feels. Normally I find it a little hard. I try not to touch the medallions, just not to get my fingerprints and that on it. And this feels like I don't have to really position myself awkwardly so that I'm not touching the plates itself. Having this belt over my shoulder for what, about 30 to 45 seconds now since I've been talking, it is getting a little heavy on the old shoulder bone, but no, it fits well. I think it looks good, looks pretty snazzy. Yeah, it's a very good belt in my opinion. Alright guys, so that's just about going to do it for this belt review. I hope it's been informative and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been very helpful for you. If I could give my overall opinions of this belt, I think it's a very well made belt. I think it looks really good. If you are in the market for one of these, I can't remember how much we got it for because I didn't make the purchase myself. But if you really like it, I think it's a very good purchase. Like I said, as I've hopefully showed you as well, it's a very good belt, very well made. And if I was going to collect some, I would probably keep this one, but that's probably not me. Cool, so I'm going to wrap this video up. Like I said, if this video has been helpful to you, it would be good if you could give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it, leave your comments. I'll try and answer anything I possibly can. And yeah, so this has been a review of the TNA Heavyweight Championship Replica belt. In my opinion, very good belt. So anyway, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.